If you want to manifest money, will massive action really make the difference? And also, can the law of attraction work without taking massive action? And lastly, what is the difference between regular action and massive action if you decide to use that? So in this video, we're going to answer these questions so you can have a better chance of manifesting money. And as a bonus here, we're going to have 2 secret techniques so you can manifest money faster, get into alignment with the law of attraction by using some NLP on yourself and by recalling an event at bedtime. So let's get started.
Manifestation Mojo, to live the life of your dreams. Okay, why would people want to manifest money, extra money, outside of their current job? I mean, really, there are some positive impacts, which more money could mean to a family. Like, hey, look at if it's just paying the rent or the mortgage or even putting gas in the car, or let's say a pecan pie on the table.
For this video, what we're going to do is we're going to assume that the law of attraction does work and you can manifest money using that. So we're going to start out with there's 2 types: action related and non-action related manifestation. Action related would be where you actually are doing something to move the idea forward. I'm going to tell a story later on about selling a trailer. Stan has a story about a gift card, and that actually took a little bit of work in order for me to sell the trailer and for him to actually receive the gift card. Non-action is when money just kind of falls out of the sky. And I've got a great story for that. Also, a nice $4,000 check, and we're going to get that. And I didn't ask for it. It just kind of showed up.
Let's talk about what massive action really is. Now, I'd like to make a comparison between the tortoise and the hare. Now, in my opinion, massive action is the hare, where you're like a rocket or a hare or a rabbit, and you're just going at it really fast. And you're focused on that, and your mind is not anywhere else. Let's say if you have a sales manager and you're working at a job, hey, look at that sales manager wants you to go out there and make a lot of sales right now. Whereas a tortoise, which is more like me, I take things slow and steady and consistent.
So going back to my trailer story here, a friend of mine, his trailer, I've been on his case. It's in my backyard. I've been on him to let's sell it, let's sell it, let's sell it. And finally, I talked him into it. And so that really wasn't massive action, but it was action over a period of time because I envisioned this thing being gone. And with the money part of it is he says, yes, let's go ahead and sell it. And if you sell it for this amount of money, I'll give you a commission. So what did I do? The first person I talked to, I says, hey, look, would you be interested? And he's like, you know what? I'll take a look at it. Not really interested, but kind of. A week or 2 went by. And then he's like, you know what? Yeah, I would like to take a look at it. And then a couple of days later, he's on the phone. Look, I'll be there in a few minutes. And then the deal was made. So there was some action that I took. That just didn't fall out of the sky, but that was an action-related money manifestation.
Nearly everything happens because probably you do something. Do things really fall out of the sky? Sometimes you think it's really close to that, but you may have to do a little something. But what if we did put let's say the law of attraction with a massive action together? Can we manifest money faster, let's say, versus in someone who plods along steady and is consistent from all the experience that I have seen from other people. You can manifest money faster if you put it with massive action.
So again, that answer, it depends on the type and the focus. Like Stan just said here, if you take massive action, sure, something might happen a little faster. Storm chasers that chase storms, and they have to take massive action because the storm comes and it's gone. So it depends on what you want to, what do you want to happen for yourself? Meaning, are you taking action on what you want the law of attraction to deliver? A lot of gurus who have made it online have taken some point massive action to get something done. So it comes right down then to really alignment, Stan, right?
What does alignment mean? Alignment means that your vision is the same as what you really want. And you would like to have a vision of the end result for what you want to experience. Now that's really important to have that vision so that you get what you want instead of not getting or getting the opposite.
Another question here is, what if we just use law of attraction and not massive action? And this is going back to Stan's story of the tortoise and the hare. So I use the law of attraction doing money affirmations, and we actually have up in the card, look in the description, maybe we'll put a video that we created about affirmations. And we're doing a documentary, by the way, which will be up the first of the year, about affirmations. And I did affirmations. And so I have a story about bought an extended warranty for my car and used it to its maximum, sold the car. And then, this is like years and years later, I get a $4,000 check in the mail. I think, well, what is this? And that to me felt like really money out of the sky. I had no idea that there were people in the background chasing the insurance company and a court order or whatever it might be to refund everybody. Now I got my use out of it. I used it to the max, but I got my money back. And that to me, and Stan agrees here, that I manifested money and it just came, it wasn't fast. There was no action except for affirmations once in a while, but I manifested some money.
I know without a doubt in my mind that there is an infinite power both in us and throughout the universe. There's an infinite power. So if you believe that you can have, let's say, if you can create something in your mind and believe that it can happen without really a lot of effort, then it can be effortless.
I think on the California freeway, an armored truck got in an accident and there was money flying all over the freeway and people stopped and picked it up. Aaron Doughty and NLP, which is Neuro-Linguistic programming. It's kind of programming the brain. That's a whole nother thing. But then there's also a bedtime daily recall from Youniverse and associated with Neville Goddard. So Aaron Doughty, who's got like 1.2 million subscribers now, believes more in taking massive action because he tells stories about his channel, what he did, and when he started taking massive action is when things took off, let's just say, for him. And you know what? We'll show you this manifestation wheel here. You can see that when you think of things and you start putting some feeling, some emotion, you do it. It ends up being results, and these results give you more belief and more fuel. And your belief and the action that you take on that belief, that's your alignment, equals your reality. Stan, how does this NLP work for Aaron Doughty?
Well, Aaron Doughty says that you got to imagine that this, let's say, ball around your heart. Now, I would assume that this ball is empty, and that you imagine that it starts spinning around. And I must admit, I had a little bit of trouble with that, but I could imagine that if you felt that you were under a situation and you had your passion toward it, that you could increase your heartbeat where it was going faster and faster. And by doing it with, you would have emotion and feeling with it. Now, I could, and I says, well, let's say if there was that you were like a tortoise or what is it that runs in a treadmill,
Hamster in the wheel.
hamster in a wheel, that therefore the faster you go, the more emotion that you have, the more passion that you have, the more results you have. Now there again, maybe that's what he was referring to as far as having a ball around your heart and spinning faster and faster, 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 faster. So what is your universe and Neville Goddard, what do they recommend for a technique to get massive action?
So your universe, they did kind of their own little spin here at a bedtime story where you might recall an event from the day that didn't quite go the way you wanted it to, but as you go to bed, you put your head down on the pillow at night, you imagine that story happening the way you want it to happen. And you do that every night. So you're telling yourself a different story than the reality. And over time, over the nights of doing this over and over, they say your brain will accept this as true. And other people have said, tell your brain things like these affirmations, and eventually your subconscious has no choice but to believe. Now, imagine in replaying this event, doing it over and over. That's something that Stan and I have not tried yet, but that's in one of our projects to come up. What did your universe say about Neville Goddard?
Well, he tells it's about a story where Goddard is on the phone with another colleague or friend or something, and this friend is has just lost a job and or has it was a difficult situation with this job, and the friend says, well, I don't know. I didn't really like it. Da 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 da. Had all these, let's say, complaints about it. And then Neville Goddard said, well, I will think that this person will get a rehired, have the insurance reinstituted, and also will have its pension of the 10 years that this person had worked before. Well, Goddard saw that she would have a good experience and not a negative experience. And guess what? I guess a week later, they had a conversation again, and she told him where she had gotten this job and gotten everything that she had wished for. So having these thoughts could produce good things for other people as well as for yourself.
So reviewing now, both action and non-action can manifest money. This law of attraction will work for both of those. And really, it's up to you to choose one at a time, both of them, to go fast, to go slow, whatever it is, the choice is up to you.
To me, it's also important to see the outcome, to have clarity of thought of what you want. Now, if you don't have clarity, I had a clarity that I wanted to create or see $10 come into my life. Well, guess what? I did that on one day. I did a guided meditation for manifestation that night. And guess what? The next day I got this letter. It's in the mail and it says get $10. And I says, okay, make a call. I made a call, and a couple of weeks later I got the $10. So it does happen that you can envision it, You can get clarity on it, and look at do some meditation. It will probably happen.
We want to, Manifestation Mojo would like to thank you for watching. And now it's time for you to
Go
manifest some money.
Here is another video we think you will find valuable. Highly recommend you watch it. Go there now to help manifest what you want.